As Barack Obama takes up the mantle as America's 44th president, the world is once again enchanted with the idea of American possibility. In an often acrimonious campaign, Obama presented himself as a regular guy. Yet, he is anything but. From Hillary Clinton to Timothy Geithner, the Harvard-educated president has assembled his cabinet from the most prized and elite members of government. Unfortunately, this cabinet bucks the trend as Americans become dumber and dumber. In 1837, Ralph Waldo Emerson argued that the mind of this country, taught to aim at low objects, eats upon itself. Emerson was prophetic. Long a bastion of its economic success, America's education system has become a neglected cousin of F-22 fighter jets and presidential Gulf excursions. It has even come to the point where education is often dependent on taxes received from people gambling on the lottery, smoking cigarettes, and chugging beer. We all know encouraging people to wager against unwinnable odds, coat their lungs with tar, and poison their liver is aiming too low and not an effective solution. Just to put things into perspective, the F-22 fighter jet program runs at $65 billion, roughly $20 billion more than the US government allots to the Department of Education. This is a huge concern, and many public schools are struggling to keep themselves afloat. Unfortunately, the funding problem for some public schools has gotten so bad that some teachers have resorted to putting advertisements on their tests and quizzes just to cover the cost of printing. Just imagine, last page of the algebra test, last problem. You almost have it, but suddenly, your eyes are drawn to a scantily clad woman advertising Joe's swimming suits. Please don't tell me that's not distracting. One could blame the lack of funding on the government, but the truth is, the profession of teaching is no longer a noble calling. Being a teacher in a public school entails huge class sizes, disrespectful students, and incompetent administrators. And besides those wonderful things, at a meager salary, the fact that students often drive nicer cars than teachers do, and teachers knowing that their students will never revive the Dead Poets Society or discover the cure for cancer. The result? Teachers sitting comfortably behind their desks, ticking off the days until the arrival of the event that motivated them to become teachers in the first place. June, July, and August. These teachers are contributing to the national dumbness quotient because they must teach what American society dictates. They no longer have time to teach the 3 R's. For example, the TIMSS report, an international mathematics and science study, ranks the United States as substantially lower than their international rivals. Likewise, we don't want to turn out like the 44 million American adults that the book Idiot Nation claims cannot read or write above a 4th grade level. No wonder we are getting dumber. If students would just pick up the newspaper once in a while and read beyond the comics, they would at least be making a feeble attempt to try and educate themselves. As a result, they might be able to locate places like Afghanistan, or any other place America has bombed or invaded for that matter. So, we have felt sorry for teachers and blamed the government. But what about our loving, caring American parents? They may be the most at fault for our dumbing down. Conscientious parents will do everything in their power to ensure that their children are being properly educated. However, this situation is too rare in America. Bill Cosby is very concerned with the American educational system. While addressing a group of citizens at an NAACP dinner, he said, "Some parents would rather spend $500 on basketball shoes for their aspiring Kobe Bryant than purchase Hooked on Phonics. Unless parents get proactive in their child's learning and act as positive role models, the teacher cannot do his or her job." Here is my suggestion for American parents to help their kids make the jump from dumb to dumb-less. Stop being so content with mediocrity. In America, when kids get bad grades, their parents will comfort them, saying, "It's okay, you'll get them next time." But Kev Jumba, a YouTube personality, describes the weight grades carry in the US as a bit like this. An A means awesome. It means you did great. A B means you're doing better than most other students. A C means you're slipping a little bit, and you get the idea. I'm thinking we should try the grading system of our friends in China. Over there, an A doesn't stand for awesome. It stands for average. A B is bad. And if you bring home a C, call a tutor. It means you are doing terrible. These kids will get yelled at, lectured, and probably spanked around a few times. A D stands for death. Their parents will probably threaten to kill them. And then an F. It makes me wonder where the Chinese get their sophisticated torture methods. So, President Obama, I have a proposal for you. The economy is not your number one priority, nor is closing Guantanamo Bay. It is erasing America's title as a nation of idiots. But if you think I don't have any idea what I'm talking about, please don't blame me. After all, I was a product of the American public educational system. Thank you.